Hello, and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts Shipyard Champions. So today's challenge is by Ulairi, and it's kind of complicated. The Rock and the Stormbird. The Stormbird has been sighted. Your mission is to destroy her rocky nesting place and capture her. Mission: destroy the enemy battleship, the Rock, within 30 minutes. Survive the Battlecruiser Stormbird Wrath for 45 minutes total. You may not actively target the battlecruiser, and if the battlecruiser is harmed by purposely targeting her, you are disqualified. Restrictions: you may not use more than 6 torpedo tubes, not launchers but tubes. You may not use high explosive rounds. This challenge is armor piercing only. Okay, this goes for main and secondary guns. Your main guns may not be of a higher caliber than 16.5 inches. Scoring: the Rock battleship. Sinking the Rock within 30 minutes will give you 10 points. Not sinking the Rock will give you 0 points. The Stormbird battlecruiser. Surviving the Stormbird for 45 minutes will give you 2 points and double your score. Destroying the Stormbird will disqualify you. Damaging the Stormbird on purpose will disqualify you. On purpose means that you manually target her or keep your guns trained on her for more than a single salvo after you realize the AI swap targets. Okay, so there's a danger of being disqualified here because the AI does AI things. Your own vessel. Losing your own vessel after the battleship is destroyed will make you lose 5 points. Losing your own vessel before anything is destroyed, tough luck, 0 points earned. Mission specs: 1950 for both you and the AI, and we're fighting pre-made share designs here, though this challenge is played in vanilla, no mods. Enemy has 1 battleship and 1 battlecruiser. Nation is your own pick. Time of day: day or morning, clear or overcast. Clear, day, sure. And starting range was between 23 and 25 kilometers. We're gonna do 25. Let's start designing a ship. So there aren't that many restrictions really, and I am going with Germany here because I want to make sure my ship survives. 28 knots. No more than 16.5 inch guns. Okay. Might be a bit of a challenge. Well, it depends on the battleship that we are fighting, doesn't it? Let's see. Let's go with diesel. Engine efficiency is still kind of bad. We can, yeah, range is plenty good. It's not even that fast, and engine efficiency is already only 70%. But I guess that's just what we have to deal with. Main guns. We're gonna go with 16s, of course. There was no limit on how many guns we could use. Kind of fit quadruple 16s here. Well, we're gonna make them 16.5s because 16.5 is the maximum. Not sure if I could probably fit another turret somewhere. Could also, oh, it's Shipyard Champions. It doesn't really matter if my ship is kind of ugly, so we're gonna use this tower instead. It has better targeting stats, and it can fit a funnel. How big of a funnel can we fit? We can actually fit the biggest one? Yeah, okay. Just kind of clips into the tower, but that's okay. That is okay. Oh yeah, we're playing vanilla, so weight offset is a thing. I've become so spoiled by the Dreadnought Improvement Project. And weight offset is just kind of something I don't think too much about. That's an ugly 4-weight offset. I might be able to pull things further back. Like so. These guns might grow a little bit when I make them 16.5 inch guns. So we're not allowed to use... let's go for a resistance stacked build. So we're not allowed to use high explosive shells. Turtleback. So we're gonna go max AP. Yeah, the high explosive things do not matter because we're not allowed to use them. But I don't think we're gonna need extra ammo in this case. 3.5 flashfire chance might even reduce the ammo. I mean, we only have a 30-minute window to fire, so we're not gonna be able to spend that much ammo anyway, right? Coincidence? Do they have torpedoes? Perhaps, maybe. Okay. 0.5. Let's see. Settings. What is my armor quality? 169. Nice. 169 armor quality. And that is with modern too, yeah. So that's quite a lot of pen. At 25 kilometers, I can go through 22 inches of deck armor. And I can go through almost 19 inches of belt armor. If I shorten these down to 50 caliber, that should increase my deck penetration. Of course, the game does the thing where it doesn't update the barrel length. 51. 50. It didn't really do that much to my to either of the two penetrations, but that's okay. Now we have some weight to spare. I don't think I'm gonna bother with secondary weapons, actually. I might take a couple of torpedo tubes. 6 tubes in total. 6. 24. Oxygen. Now, I'm not allowed to target the Battlecruiser on purpose, but if one of these torpedoes just happen to hit her while being aimed at the battleship, I think that should be okay. Not that that's something I'm actively going for, but it's just a thing that might happen. Where's my torpedo reload here? $221 seconds. Yeah, I might have time to get one reload in. And my range is 23.2 kilometers. Okay, time for armor. That is the maximum here. That is the maximum there. That is the maximum there. I'm gonna reduce the fore and aft decks a little bit. I want some more belt armor. And fore and aft deck armor. And I also need main deck armor, because if I can pen this amount of armor, that basically means I'm not safe at any range except for very close range as far as deck penetrations go. But at very close range, my belt will get perforated. Okay, might have to reduce something here. What is my 165 resistance? Minus 80% gun damage. What if I just chonk you up a little bit, Cunning Albert? That means, in addition to the resistance here, minus 80% gun damage, we also get let's see, minus 20% gun damage from maxing out the beam, and minus 15% gun damage from maxing out the draft. Okay, it seems all my components are actually I don't need to adjust them. That is fine. Okay. We are 3% overweight. I'm just gonna go ahead and reduce my my inner belt and inner deck armor a little bit, but keep some on the innermost layers, because they are the ones that actually do most of the work here. Superstructure, can I make you heavier a little bit? A little bit. Conning tower might need a little bit, but that's heavy. We're not that much overweight, all things considered. Reload time is 34.1 seconds. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. Let's go down to standard crew quarters, because I don't carry any secondaries. I don't think I'm gonna take a lot of crew loss. Let's just make it 12.5 on the main deck. Now, weaknesses other than being very big, fat, and slow include not that much armor on the turret tops, so they might be penetrated. I still have some flash fire chance, but I think this is as good as it's gonna get. Yeah, casual almost 85 billion price tag. That's not too bad, is it? Anything I've missed in the challenge description here? No. No. I just gotta try and stay on top of things. And let's see, does it load in the right... yeah, the Rock and Stormbird. Okay, let's make sure that we are targeting the right ship, and let's make sure that we are firing AP. Now, which is which here? Is that the battleship? That's gotta be the Battlecruiser, right? Yeah, that's gotta be the Battlecruiser. It looks like a Battlecruiser. It's got the Battlecruiser towers. So make sure that we are targeting that one. What kind of guns do you have? Battlecruiser. You got some 16s. You got some very long 11s. Okay. Is that it? 16 doesn't have that much range. Is it some kind of howitzer? And some secondary guns. Yeah, these must be the 11s and that must be the 16. Yeah, which does look like a short-barreled kind of howitzer. What do you have, battleship? It's actually not a bad-looking battleship. What do you have? You got torpedoes. And you have 15-inch guns with a 73-kilometer main gun range. I got a 37.7 kilometer main gun range on mine. And immediately it switches to the Battlecruiser. Did not tell you to do that. There we go. Getting some hits. Am I still targeting the right ship? I am. They just kind of switched positions. Okay. I think we're doing okay versus the battleship. Don't think I'm gonna need my torpedoes. Let's turn them off. Just to make sure that we don't accidentally sink the Battlecruiser. We're still targeting the battleship. One hit accidentally struck the Battlecruiser, but it wasn't even targeted, so I think we're okay. And we're absolutely murdering the Rock. Hopefully it is the Rock and not me misidentifying the two ships. I just realized I should have made my battleship faster. Okay. Guns off. So that was 10 minutes. Now we got a objective survive. We're not allowed to sink the Battlecruiser. I just now realized that, oh yeah, I should of course have made my ship much faster, so I could just run away. Is there a rule against that? Is it a rule against running away? Because it said something about me having to survive its onslaught for 45 minutes. Survive the Battlecruiser's wrath for 45 minutes total. Well, it doesn't say I can't run away. So, well, I remember. Let's get the thumbnail out of the way. Unless I decide to do a like a Shipyard thumbnail. Come on. I want to see your green outline. There. Run away. Let's see, has it been identified yet? Not yet. I'm curious to see like what it was made of. %, identified. 95 on the Battlecruiser. Yeah, we're getting hit. Stormbird. Yeah, Stormbird doesn't have armor. That's why we were not allowed to fire at it. 38 knot top speed. Okay, I'm just will not be able to run away from this. What else you got? Maximum bulkheads. That is a it's actually 41 caliber. It's not even that short. Triple base TNT4. Oh. See, that's the thing with after they rebalanced long guns. These are 63 caliber length. So you get less accuracy if you have a lot of muzzle velocity, which this does. So, man, I really wish I had a faster ship so I can run away, because the Stormbird has 0 accuracy past 35 kilometers, and even at this range the accuracy is pretty poor. Let's see, let's take a look at the rock. Rock has been identified. Also very long guns, which also seem like they have 0 accuracy past 40 kilometers. Armor is pretty thick, but this is vanilla, so it doesn't really keep you that safe. Especially from from plunging fire. Where at I don't know what kind of range I was at when I killed it, but if it was anything more than 22 kilometers, yeah, I would have just gone straight through the deck, which I think I did. Main deck penetration, main deck, foredeck penetration. Yeah. That's what killed it. Let's just run away. We got 30 minutes remaining to stay alive. I think we can stay alive. I know this this problem with, which I think is kind of bullshit, by the way, with accuracy just dipping down to absolute 0 at a certain range if you got too much muzzle velocity, because I experienced that in my campaign. After that update hit, suddenly my especially my DDs and some of my light cruisers were just completely incapable of hitting anything. Because I'd given them full base propellants. Just to give them a little bit more range. And they didn't even have super long barrels or anything like that. It was pretty mundane in that aspect. We're out of range of the 16s. The 11s have ceased fire because they have 0 accuracy, so Gotta survive for 15 more minutes. And that will be it. Let's not run too far away. Because just to make this a little bit more interesting, once I have survived for 45 minutes and the challenge is officially done, and please do not disqualify me for this, because at that point, you know, it will be done. And the only thing left to do is just exit the battle. What I want to do is I want to sink the Stormbird. But we gotta wait 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes, excuse me. And there we go. The challenge is done. Let's kill this thing. In fact, since it's done anyway, I'm gonna permit myself to load HE. See if we can get some juicy HE penetrations on this thing. Really scoring that many hits, but yeah, look at my HE accuracy is also 0. Why is my HE oh yeah, I didn't bother giving it any good HE ammo because I wasn't planning on firing it. So it's just got the baseline incendiary. Plonk it with AP then, which is suboptimal given that it has no armor. And it's already after only a couple salvos out of HE. Give it some torpedoes as well. And again, this is a post-challenge, so in my mind it shouldn't count. There we go, flash fires. See, sometimes no armor is best armor, especially when you don't bring the right kind of HE ammo because you didn't expect to be firing it. Now let's make things a little bit more interesting after this is done. I want to see if I can fight 2 rocks and, I don't know, 4 Stormbirds. Just to pad out my my video length. There we go. One of my torpedoes actually launched. Don't think it's gonna hit anything, because the Stormbird keeps exploding. There we go. Alright, sinking the Stormbird actually took longer than sinking the rock. Let's oh yeah, I gotta go out into the challenge thing and add more ships. 4 battlecruisers, 2 battleships. Alright? Alright. And I'm just gonna adjust my my ammunition loadout. Cap ballistic, HE, And standard shells. Oh, I didn't like that. That weighed a little bit. It had some weight to it. I can just reduce some of that deck armor. Let's make it 11.5. Can I bring more ammo? Actually, yes. 11.2, same as the turret tops. A little bit more flash fire chance, but that is okay. Now let's see how it goes. And I'm gonna try and stick by kind of the same rule, where I have to sink the battleships first, and then take on the battlecruisers. Alright, and we start facing away, which is a pretty nice thing. Saves me the trouble of turning around. Let's target the battleships. We have not... Which targets have we? I don't think so. And this time we're going to be taking a lot more fire though. But the cap ballistic HE shells, having a lower muzzle velocity than the incendiary shells we had in the previous battle, they do actually have accuracy out to their max range. Let's see, we're not anywhere near torpedo range. So now that we know the enemy guns are basically inefficient, or actually ineffective, past a certain range, even though they outrange me by double in some cases, I actually have the longer effective range. Which again, I don't actually agree with. I think they went way too far in nerfing not just long guns, but guns with high muzzle velocities. That's how the game works now. New meta, so to speak. 33 kilometers. Yeah, at that range, oh yeah. At that range, I don't really care about your deck armor. First battleship is about to go down. We have to switch to the next battleship and then start working on the battlecruisers. And I did bring some pretty punchy HE ammo for those. First battleship gonna sink soon? I think so. And she is done. Next. AI picked the same target as I did. You're gonna use AP for this, my guy. No, that's the battleship. My bad, my bad. Let's see, Stormbird. 1 inch main deck. Gengyao. Let's turn about here. I was sure that the other battleship was following the rock. But it wasn't. That's a pretty insane muzzle velocity. That's a lot of penetration though at close range for a 15-inch gun. There they go. They swung around. Now in this case I would have failed the 30-minute mark. I was sinking both of them. Getting to partial pens. Similar to my ship, the rock ran into a max cap on turret top armor. So they're actually less protected than the rest of the ship. Damaged main gun. They haven't exploded yet. What are you? Triple base TNT-3. They could explode. They just haven't yet. A lot of damage. And we're actually running low on AP. We're getting into ricochet territory. We are too close to reliably get deck penetrations. But it doesn't matter, because she sinks. Where are the battlecruisers? Where did they run off to? Am I gonna fail my own mini challenge because the enemy ran off? It can't be that far away, surely. Are they not coming to kill me? Or have they retreated to max range? Which is something silly like 70 kilometers. And they're not firing because they don't have any accuracy at that range. Could that be the thing? I'll see if I can find them. And they have been located. Let's move in to engage. These are stupidly fast ships. They had like 40 knot top speed, didn't they? Yeah, 38. They've already ran themselves out of some of their ammo. Did they have reduced ammo? Yeah, they did. I did not. Not for the mini challenge, at any rate. Are you just gonna keep running away? With your ridiculous top speeds? If I can score a couple of flooding hits, that should slow them down. There we go, landing a couple of hits. See if I can get some main deck pens with HE. And he switches targets. I didn't tell you to do that, but okay. Let's go for the first one. That should slow them down, especially as it's now flooding. Hello, Stormbird. I mean, that was kind of satisfying. It's just nuking them. And yeah, like they don't have any meaningful armor because they were designed for a challenge in which they were not supposed to be fired upon. So, fair enough, I guess, but still, that's kind of satisfying. Alright, So that was this week's challenge, plus a bonus battle at the end, just to see what this thing was good for, which was quite a lot. Yeah, let's take a look at the actual ship designs here. Should be able to see them in the shipbuilder thing. Here we go. That would be the Rock. Speed 15 knots. Max beam, minimum draft. No anti-torp. Single hull bottom. Now, as a kind of critique from my end on how to make this more tanky, anti-torp adds 5% resistance. Single bottom adds 7.5. And since this is vanilla, turtleback does add more resistance than all or nothing. Although all or nothing protects the magazines better, so it's kind of a trade-off. So let's see, what kind of resistance did you have? 130, which is not terrible. She has a base resistance of 95, so I feel that this could have been better. Like 142 is easily possible. Almost 150 can be done on this hull. And that would reduce damage quite a bit. Not going minimal draft would also make it not flood so easily. So that would be my my couple of points for how to make this a little bit more tanky. Now the Stormbirds, let's see, there we go. Obviously designed just to deal damage, so the survivability thing doesn't matter, because that wasn't even part of the challenge. But yeah, it's the barrel length, and they have yeah, they're maxed out 22%. This thing is actually accurate out to 30 kilometers. These things are really not. Like, theoretically they can reach out to 55 kilometers, but they can't hit anything at that range, so the AI is just not gonna fire. If we had done tube powder, that would lower the range, but now suddenly you have accuracy out to 45 kilometers with AP. And if the barrels had been a little bit shorter, let's say, I don't know, 16% extra length, you do have some HE accuracy now, out to 1%. That's, I didn't mean to move it. Gosh darn it, game. But see, there we go. 56 caliber. Maximum range is now much shorter, but you have accuracy 2.6 and 5.2% respectively with HE and AP out to 30 kilometers. So the ship will actually fire now at that range and actually hit things. Because when the game tells you a gun has 0% accuracy, it's not even gonna calculate a hit probability, and it's not gonna fire. Again, I found that out in my campaign after this change was introduced. So it is kind of silly. Obviously, this is supposed to be simulating barrel wear, which is stupid. I would just simulate that through higher maintenance cost, especially in the campaign. But there would still be some chance of hitting something, even with a worn out barrel. So it's kind of silly, but that's how the game is currently. So something worth worth looking out for when designing ships, because it's kind of a trap you can fall into. You can go for maximum range and think that that will give you the best possible accuracy at any given range, which it used to, but now it doesn't. So that is the lesson. Should we do thumbnail from the shipbuilder? Sure. Tends to bring in the viewers. There we go. So yeah, goodbye and take care.